Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday morning, April the 1st. Well, we've been talking about the continuation of some cold air outbreaks from Canada into the U.S. and with that continuing pattern that leads to additional severe weather outbreaks and additional bouts of accumulating snow up across at least portions of the northern U.S. Indeed, we have another significant system that will have wide-ranging effects from severe weather down across the southern part of the nation and some accumulating snow up across the northeastern part of the nation. All of this over the next few days. It's really kind of a long-lasting system here that is already producing rain as far east as the mid-Atlantic region, and the threat of severe weather will develop later on today and continue tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. This is the latest probability outlook by NOAA's Storm Prediction Center for the chance of severe thunderstorm activity through the day and into tonight, and it's focused over the area from northeastern Texas across Missouri and into Illinois and even Indiana. This is kind of prime spot later today and tonight for some possible severe weather. And again, we've been talking about the clash with continuation of cold air from the north and west. At the same time, increasingly warm and humid air is being pumped up from the Gulf of Mexico northward right into the lower and middle Mississippi Valley region, and in this case across the Tennessee and Ohio Valley as well. This is again the probability outlook for today and tonight, and we'll go ahead to tomorrow, and things shift a little bit to the east into the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, and probably the chance of thunderstorms all the way up north to, let's say, the DC metro region. Not much farther north than that, though, because there'll be a cool low-level flow of air, continuing cool low-level flow of air out of the east to northeast, keeping temperatures very suppressed. Places like New York City and Philadelphia, even DC, may struggle to see some thunderstorm activity tomorrow because they'll also be in kind of that cool east to northeast low-level flow of air. But for the next 24 to 48 hours or so, extending all the way from Texas to Ohio, with the enhanced region today from Texas across Missouri into Illinois, shifts a little bit to the east tomorrow into the Tennessee Valley region. Well, at the same time, we have that severe weather threat down across the southern part of the nation. We have accumulating snow on the table here. This is the forecast map for the next 5 days from last night's 0Z run of the GFS, and this is certainly looking quite likely here up across places like upstate New York, interior New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Significant accumulating snow on the table for the Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Before that, there'll be some decent snowfall across portions of the Great Lakes and even across the higher elevations of places like West Virginia. Certainly can even see some snow shower activity later Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, all the way down into southeastern PA, maybe even portions of northern Maryland. But if you're in northeastern PA, and to the north across interior New York State and New England, the possibility exists for accumulating snow at the midweek time frame, Wednesday into Thursday. Before that, additional snow over the next few days across the Rocky Mountain states. So skiers should be quite happy across the nation, both in the west, across those Rocky Mountain states, and in the northeast, Vermont, New Hampshire. Tremendous snowfall coming later this week will continue the ski season well into the month of April. Well, let's walk through some of the forecast maps from last night's conventional run of the GFS, a 0Z run of the GFS. And here we go. Right here we have upper level ridge sitting off to the east at the 500 millibar level, and a deep upper level trough here over the southwestern U.S. And again, we've been emphasizing this clash zone, and this particular time period starts off out here over the middle of the nation, but it kind of slides to the east over the next 24, 48 hours or so, and that clash zone or battle zone is where you have this severe weather threat over the next couple of days. Now, let's move forward here, and here we go. Again, we have this warm flow of air coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, colder air moving in from the west, and here is your clash zone beginning the day on Tuesday morning. Again, the biggest threat today for severe weather extends from Texas all the way across Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri into Illinois, shifts a little bit to the east on Tuesday across much of the Tennessee Valley region, and maybe portions of the southern Mid-Atlantic as well later tomorrow. There'll be quite a difference in temperatures, let's say from northeastern Maryland all the way across to southern Virginia on Tuesday afternoon. May have temperatures well up in the 70s here, and a better chance of strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon across southern Virginia than you will, let's say, across northeastern Maryland or those places to the north and east. Now, let's move forward into the midweek, and this bomb dives south and east by the middle of the week. This is an intensifying upper level low. A lot of cold air associated with it. This is the midweek forecast map, and it continues to intensify here all the way into the day on Thursday. That is an impressive winter-like pattern. Again, Wednesday into Thursday, this is the time period where accumulating snow is quite likely. Those higher elevations of northeastern PA, probably beginning, including with the Poconos in northeastern PA up across upstate New York, interior New York State, certainly Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, maybe even down to Massachusetts, central and western Massachusetts, significant accumulating snow as well. Again, we're talking Wednesday into Thursday. Let's go a little farther in time, and here we go into the day on Friday. Now, this is Friday on the backside. There'll be a chilly air mass continuing to exist across much of the eastern part of the nation, and will go all the way into the upcoming weekend. Yet another storm system pushes in from the Pacific Ocean into the western U.S. They've continued to get hit in California by Pacific Ocean storms. Now, this is Saturday. I just want to go out all the way to Sunday, and then Monday. Of course, next Monday, April 8th, is the total solar eclipse extending from Texas all the way into the northeastern part of the nation, and then into Nova Scotia as well. Notice, big upper level ridge setting up over the Hudson Bay region and extending down across much of the eastern area, the eastern third of the nation. Could end up, it's still a week away, decent conditions in the northeastern part of that totality zone. There is a chance of some cloud cover across the southwestern part of that totality zone, places like Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. But again, there's some hope for decent weather, which kind of bucks the trend of climatology up across the northeastern part of the nation. But with upper level ridge like that, there's certainly some hope. And again, we're still dealing with a week away, but this is the midday on next Monday, April 8th, which is, of course, the day of the total solar eclipse. Now, we've talked about the continuation of cold air outbreaks. A lot of colder than normal air right now across the southwestern states, southern half of California, Arizona as well. Meanwhile, a lot of warmer than normal conditions out across the south central states, and colder than normal up across southern Canada. Now we go out over the next 24 hours or so, and here is that battle zone area as we begin the day on Tuesday. Cold air to the west, warm and humid air to the east, and setting up for that severe weather threat not only today and tonight, but tomorrow and tomorrow night as well. And we'll go all the way into tomorrow evening. Again, here is that difference in temperature pattern. To the west, colder than normal. To the east, warmer than normal. And tomorrow, severe weather threat will really intensify over the Tennessee Valley. That's states like Kentucky and Tennessee, maybe even into the southern half of the Mid-Atlantic region. We'll see on that. And then we get into the midweek, and this is when this cold blast of air really starts to make its presence felt. A winter-like blast of weather coming to the northeastern part of the nation, the Great Lakes, Wednesday into Thursday. And here we go all the way into Wednesday night and Thursday. Look at this. Very, very impressively colder than normal here. Centered, by the way, over the Tennessee Valley. So they could have severe weather on Tuesday right here, and then much, much below normal temperatures 48 hours later on Thursday morning. So quite a potential pattern change here, at least in the short-term pattern change between Tuesday and Thursday right there in the Tennessee Valley. This is the time period where there very well could be accumulating snow. Let's say northeastern PA, much of interior New York, certainly Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, maybe even down into Massachusetts, especially central and western Massachusetts. Could even be some snow shower activity making its presence felt later Wednesday night, Thursday, all the way down into southeastern PA, maybe even northern Maryland. Will go out a little bit farther in time. That cold air sticks around. Here we are at the end of this work week on Friday. Very impressive cold air mass here in the first week of April for the eastern half of the nation. Look at California. That's also quite impressive. That's very, very cold relative to normal for the first week of April out across California. That's associated with yet another Pacific Ocean storm moving in here. That certainly will produce more snow for places like the Sierra Nevada mountains of eastern California. We'll go all the way out into the weekend, and here we go on Saturday, still holding on with colder than normal conditions across eastern third of the nation, and impressively cold air mass out across much of the western part of the nation as we begin the upcoming weekend. Now let's walk through the surface forecast maps, and we just have waves of rain coming into the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 72 hours or so. It's already begun in places like Philadelphia, getting some rain this morning, and much of upstate Pennsylvania as well. But here's wave number one as we begin the day here on Monday, April 1st, and it kind of pushes off. And then the next wave comes in, and this is Tuesday morning. Now, notice surface low pressure here over the Ohio Valley. And again, we have this flow of air coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, pumping in some warm, humid air right into the Tennessee Valley. And here's that basically a cold frontal system right here, and colder air pushing in from the north and west. And here is your battle zone region on Tuesday. Again, Kentucky, Tennessee under the gun Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Now let's move forward in time and watch this evolve here. And here we go into mid-afternoon on Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And an initial low kind of moves up into the Great Lakes region by the time we get to Wednesday. By the way, look at this tight pressure gradient. You will get some screaming northeast winds on the backside of this very deep low pressure area over upstate Michigan, Wisconsin, Chicago. Winds blowing off the lake. I know the Cubs open up this afternoon, and it is an ugly few days in Chicago for certainly for baseball. And here we go on Wednesday morning, and we'll go out a little farther in time, and again an initial low goes up over the Great Lakes, and here we have that secondary development right along the Mid-Atlantic coastline by Wednesday evening, and that will kind of help to usher in that colder air mass into the northeastern states. And here we go with accumulating snow likely upstate New York, and probably at this time Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and maybe even central and western Massachusetts. Again, we're talking later Wednesday night time frame. We'll go out a little farther in time. Some of this cold air pushes all the way down into the southern and central part of the Mid-Atlantic region, and you could even see some snow shower activity in places like Philly, northern Maryland, again late Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, and stays cold and unsettled right here Thursday afternoon. Again, some of this can be in the form of snow shower activity, southeastern PA, northern Maryland, and some rain showers mixed in. Still accumulating snow up across northern New England at this time. This is midday on Thursday. Go out a little farther in time, and it's a slow-moving system here. By the time we get to the end of the work week, still seeing a reflection of that surface low along the main coastline here. Northwest winds on the backside, but we'll go through the upcoming weekend, and in a way this is setting up nicely potentially for the northeastern part of the nation. Here we go for that total solar eclipse next Monday. Here we go into Monday morning, April 8th, right here, and notice high pressure dominating the scene here up across the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern U.S. Whether or not it will be cloudy or not, still a week away, but a promising pattern here allows for some hope across the northeastern part of the nation, which again, climatologically speaking, generally cloudy. this time of the year. So this kind of potentially can buck the trend of climatology here a week away from right now. Of course, we'll talk about that, the prospects for cloud cover here over the next few days. But again, a lot of weather going on here. We have a very significant storm system that will have a wide impact across much of the nation over the next few days. We have a severe weather threat today, tomorrow, into tomorrow night, first across much of the middle part of the nation, and then on Tuesday afternoon and night shifts a little bit to the east over the Tennessee Valley and Ohio Valley. We have an accumulating snow threat for the midweek time period, Wednesday into Thursday, Great Lakes region, much of the northeast U.S. Again, primarily focused on northeastern PA, interior New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, maybe even down to central and western Massachusetts as well. But the weather does settle down over the weekend across the northeastern part of the nation into the early part of next week, which, again, the total solar eclipse next Monday, April the 8th. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.